Welcome back everyone. Today we're diving into the latest financial report from Zen Technologies Limited. They're a key player in the Indian defense and homeland security solutions space, so this should be an interesting look.
Absolutely. Zen Technologies has been making some strategic moves, including several acquisitions recently. They're headquartered in Hyderabad and are known for their simulators, anti drone systems, and other high tech defense solutions. It's definitely a company to watch.
So they've released their audited financial results for the fourth quarter and the full financial year ended March 31st, 2025. This was approved by their board of directors on May 17th, 2025. We'll be looking at both their consolidated and standalone figures today. Let's kick things off with the big picture, the consolidated results for Q4. How did their revenue shape up?
Right. For the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2025, on a consolidated basis, Zen Technologies reported revenue from operations of 324.97 crore rupees. Now, comparing this year over year, it's a significant jump from 141.38 crore rupees they posted in Q4 of FY24.
That's a very strong year-over-year growth. What about sequentially, comparing to the previous quarter, Q3 of FY25?
Sequentially, quarter over quarter, the revenue also showed robust growth. It was up from 152.22 crore rupees in Q3 FY25. So, strong performance on both year over year and quarter over quarter fronts for revenue.
Excellent. Now let's talk profitability. How did they do on profit before tax or PBT for the consolidated entity in Q4?
For Q4 FY25, the consolidated profit before tax, after accounting for the share of profit or loss from associates and joint ventures, stood at 153.99 crore rupees. This is a massive increase year over year from 51.76 crore rupees in Q4 FY24.
And the quarter-over-quarter PBT performance?
Quarter over quarter, PBT also surged from 59.47 crore rupees in Q3 FY25. So, a very healthy trend in profitability as well.
That flows down to profit after tax or PAT, I presume. What are those numbers for the consolidated Q4 results?
Yes, it does. The consolidated profit after tax attributable to the shareholders of the company for Q4 FY25 was 101.05 crore rupees. Year over year, this is a substantial improvement from 34.94 crore rupees in Q4 FY24.
And how does that PAT look quarter over quarter?
Sequentially, it's also a strong uplift from 39.72 crore rupees in Q3 FY25. So the profit momentum is clearly visible in the fourth quarter.
With such strong PAT, the earnings per share or EPS must be looking good too.
Indeed, the consolidated basic EPS for Q4 FY25 was 11.24 rupees. This is a significant rise from the 4.19 rupees EPS in Q4 FY24 year over year. Quarter over quarter, it's up from 4.42 rupees in Q3 FY25.
Any significant other income that played a role in these consolidated numbers for Q4?
For Q4 FY25, consolidated other income was 24.8 crore rupees. This is a substantial increase year over year from 2.66 crore rupees in Q4 FY24 and also up from 22.04 crore rupees in Q3 FY25. This certainly contributed to the overall profit figures.
Now let's shift focus to the standalone performance for Q4 FY25. How did the revenue look there?
On a standalone basis for Q4 FY25, revenue from operations was 293.5 crore rupees. Year over year, this is a very strong growth from 135.71 crore rupees in Q4 FY24.
And the sequential growth for standalone revenue in Q4?
Quarter over quarter, standalone revenue also saw a significant jump from 141.52 crore rupees in Q3 FY25. So mirroring the consolidated trend, the standalone business also picked up pace sharply in Q4.
What about the standalone profit before tax for Q4?
Standalone PBT for Q4 FY25 was 112.22 crore rupees. This is a substantial increase year over year from 47.03 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. Sequentially, it's up from 53.36 crore rupees in Q3 FY25.
And the standalone profit after tax for Q4?
Standalone PAT for Q4 FY25 came in at 84.92 crore rupees. Year over year, this is a significant jump from 33.04 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. Quarter over quarter, It also showed strong growth from 38.62 crore rupees in Q3 FY25.
How does the standalone EPS for Q4 look?
The standalone basic EPS for Q4 FY25 was 9.45 rupees. Year over year, this is up from 3.96 rupees in Q4 FY24. Sequentially, it grew from 4.30 rupees in Q3 FY25.
And standalone other income for Q4?
Standalone other income for Q4 FY25 was 24.44 crore rupees, up significantly year over year from 2.33 crore rupees and also up from 21.96 crore rupees in Q3 FY25. This has clearly boosted the standalone bottom line as well.
Okay, we've covered the quarterly numbers. What about the full year performance for FY25? Let's start with consolidated.
For the full fiscal year 2025, consolidated revenue from operations stood at 973.64 crore rupees, a very strong growth from 439.85 crore rupees in FY24. The consolidated PAT attributable to shareholders for FY25 was 280.24 crore rupees, up significantly from 127.88 crore rupees in FY24. Consequently, the consolidated basic EPS for FY25 was 32.07 rupees compared to 15.45 rupees in FY24.
And the full year standalone picture for FY25?
On a standalone basis for FY25, revenue from operations was 930.67 crore rupees, up substantially from 430.28 crore rupees in FY24. Standalone PAT for FY25 was 262.95 crore rupees, more than double the 129.23 crore rupees in FY24. The standalone basic EPS for FY25 was 30.09 rupees, up from 15.61 rupees in FY24.
Those are impressive full year growth numbers across the board, both on consolidated and standalone fronts. Were there any exceptional items that influenced these results, either for the quarter or the full year?
Looking at the financials for FY25, there are no exceptional items listed for the current year's P&L for either standalone or consolidated results. However, in the comparative figures for Q4 FY24 and FY24, there was an exceptional item of 2.41 crore rupees. Its absence in FY25 means the current year's profit is purely from regular operations, which is a good sign.
Let's touch upon profitability margins. Can we get a sense of their EBITDA, even if it's not directly stated?
While EBITDA isn't explicitly stated, we can look at PBT margins or calculate a proxy. For Q4 FY25, consolidated PBT before associate share was about 154.04 crore rupees on a revenue of 324.97 crore rupees, which gives a PBT margin of around 47.4%. That's very healthy. If we calculate an EBITDA proxy for consolidated Q4 FY25 by adding back finance costs of 3.95 crore rupees and depreciation and amortization of 4.75 crore rupees to the PBT before associate share, we get an EBITDA proxy of roughly 162.74 crore rupees. This would imply an EBITDA margin of over 50% for the quarter, which is quite strong. Similar strong margins would be seen on a standalone basis too.
That indicates very strong operational efficiency. Now, shifting gears to the balance sheet. Any key highlights from the consolidated or standalone balance sheets as of March 31st, 2025?
On the consolidated balance sheet, total equity attributable to equity holders of the parent has significantly increased to 1,700.7 crore rupees as of March 2025, up from 448.63 crore rupees a year ago. This is driven by strong profits and also likely includes impacts from acquisitions. Goodwill has also increased substantially to 70.2 crore rupees from 3.02 crore rupees, reflecting those acquisitions. On the standalone side, total equity also saw a massive jump to 1,688.9 crore rupees from 453.13 crore rupees. Investments have grown significantly to 218.5 crore rupees from 26.31 crore rupees, and cash and bank balances are also very healthy.
How about their cash flows and any dividends announced?
The detailed cash flow statement shows strong inflows. For FY25, consolidated net cash from operating activities after tax payments was negative 146.3 crore rupees, which seems impacted by significant working capital changes like increased receivables and decreased payables. However, net profit before tax was very strong. The company has recommended a final dividend of 2 rupees per equity share of 1 rupee each, which is 200%, for the financial year ended March 31st, 2025. This is, of course, subject to shareholder approval at the upcoming 32nd Annual General Meeting scheduled for August 23, 2025. The record date for this dividend is August 15th, 2025.
The report mentions that Zen Technologies operates in a single segment, defense and homeland. So no segment-wise breakdown to discuss there. Let's move to significant notes and events. There were quite a few acquisitions and investments mentioned.
Yes, that's a key highlight. During the year and particularly in Q4, Zen made several strategic moves. They entered an agreement to acquire 100% of Applied Research International Private Limited, or ARIPL, and ARI Labs Private Limited, or ALPL. The first tranche for 76% of ARIPL for 88.50 crore rupees was completed on February 28, 2025, with the remaining 24% for 39 crore rupees to be completed by February 2026. ALPL was fully acquired for 2.5 crore rupees. They also approved the acquisition of 51% of Vector Technics Private Limited for 25 crore rupees. Partly paid equity shares for 10.70 crore rupees were acquired during the quarter, with the balance due by February 2026. Furthermore, the company invested $10 million, which is about 86.86 crore rupees, in its wholly owned US subsidiary, Zen Technologies USA, Inc. And they acquired a 45.33% stake in Bhairav Robotics Private Limited for 4 crore rupees. These acquisitions are clearly part of their growth strategy and explain the increase in goodwill and investments on the balance sheet.
That's a lot of activity. Any other notable points from the notes?
The company also mentioned that the value of orders on hand as of March 31st, 2025 is about 691.94 crore rupees, which provides good revenue visibility. They also consolidated their ESOP trust, and the notes clarify that the Q4 results are balancing figures between the full year audited figures and the 9-month published figures.
Now, the crucial part, the auditor's report. What did Ramasamy Koteswara Rao and Company LLP have to say about both the standalone and consolidated financials?
For both the standalone and consolidated financial results for the year ended March 31st, 2025, the auditors Ramasamy Koteswara Rao and Company LLP have issued an unmodified opinion. This means that, in their view, the financial statements give a true and fair view and are prepared in all material respects, in accordance with the applicable accounting standards.
That's a clean chit, which is always reassuring for investors. Anything specific mentioned in their report for either set of accounts?
In the standalone auditor's report, they do mention that the statement includes the audited financial information of a branch which had total assets of 1.42 crore rupees and incurred a net loss of 2.15 crore rupees for FY25. Their opinion is not modified in respect of this matter. For the consolidated auditor's report, they highlight that the statement includes the audited financial results of 10 subsidiaries, whose financials reflect a significant portion of the group's assets and revenues, and these were audited by other auditors. Their opinion is again not modified and relies on the reports of these other auditors for these components. This is a standard practice in consolidated audits. The company also provided an Assure 2, which is a declaration confirming the unmodified opinion from the statutory auditors for both standalone and consolidated annual audited financial results for FY 24-25.
So overall, a strong financial performance with a clean auditor's report. What's the outlook for Zen Technologies and what are the potential risks? And, of course, our usual disclaimer.
Disclaimer: we advise investors to check with certified experts before taking any investment decisions. Our discussion today is for informational purposes only. Looking ahead, Zen Technologies seems to be on a strong growth trajectory. The significant order book, coupled with the recent acquisitions aimed at expanding capabilities and market reach, paints a positive picture. The defense sector in India is also seeing increased government focus, which should benefit companies like Zen. Potential risks could include integration challenges with the newly acquired entities, delays in defense procurement processes, competition, and technological obsolescence if they don't continue to innovate. Managing the growth from these acquisitions effectively will be key.
So to summarize, Zen Technologies has delivered a very strong performance in Q4 and for the full fiscal year 2025. With significant growth in revenue and profitability on both standalone and consolidated fronts. The balance sheet has strengthened, and strategic acquisitions are paving the way for future growth. The dividend declaration is also a positive for shareholders.
Exactly. The key will be to watch how these acquisitions integrate and contribute to the top and bottom lines in the coming quarters, and how they execute on their healthy order book. The unmodified auditor's opinion is a definite positive, providing confidence in the reported numbers.
Great insights. That's a comprehensive look at Zen Technologies' latest earnings. And that's all the time we have for today. Join us next time for more market updates and analysis. Thanks for listening.